All right. I have no fancy PowerPoints and all that, so Jill just showed me up, but that was awesome. But I'm just gonna kind of keep this kind of raw, and some of you know me. Pleasure to meet you all. Hopefully I could meet you all someday in person and not do this Zoom nonsense. But what I try to do with people, and when I talk to people, and I talk a lot about a lot of shit, like and I curse. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. I'll try to keep it as clean as possible. I'll say BS or the S word or whatever, poop. But what I think is important, especially considering kind of what we've been through with this with COVID. And someone please keep me on time. If I keep rambling, just yank me off.
We will.
So I don't. I didn't ask you. Okay, I asked.
I will.
I asked Mr. Frank. So yeah. So look, I think what's interesting right now in terms of kind of like what's happening in the world, and what I do is every year, which I think is kind of interesting. I really don't know where I picked it up from. I'd like to claim that I made it up, but I think I'd be lying to you. Some people have taught me, and I've had a lot of cool mentors, growing up. And I'm always very kind of reflective at the end of the year, right? And I kind of think of like what I've done well, what I screwed up, what I'm really strong at, what I'm really shitty at, what I want to be when I grow up, right? And I mean that literally, irrespective of age, right? And that I think we all kind of do that in different manifestations in different ways. And because of COVID and everything, I think that was taken away from a lot of us. We're like missing years of our lives. And I've been trying to go out and meet some people. And I met a friend of mine that like I talk with all the time, texting and the whole nonsense. We didn't see each other in 2 years. So, it's unbelievable how, time flies, whether or not you're having fun. So I think it's important to kind of connect, for me, my humble opinion personally, just to connect with people and have a lot of different connections. You could look at, I have a firm website, and you could look me up on LinkedIn, and I don't really care about that stuff. I'm not going to really talk about kind of like my law practice and whatever. That's just kind of boring, because I don't think you get that really kind of demonstrates who I am as a person. I mean, I kind of like what I do. I try to do stuff and my practice areas and stuff that I'm interested in. Like I really like Bitcoin, and I've always liked Bitcoin. I was really interested in Bitcoin, so I started to pivot my practice into cryptocurrency and digital assets. When I had my own practice, I worked in corporate pretty much my whole life. I was in compliance and regulation, and I wound up going to law school in my 40s and graduated in my early 40s. This is somewhat of a second career for me. It was a real interesting opportunity to do it. I went to New York Law at night. I worked at NASDAQ in the day. And then because I'm a sadist, I actually got an MBA from MIT a couple of years ago. So, there you go. That's enough about kind of me and my education and my practice. But kind of the stuff that means really, significant things to me in my life is pizza. We have the best pizza in New York. I will challenge people in other places. Like I've had Detroit pizza, and I've had different pizza around the world. And clearly Naples is by far like the mecca of pizza. So I won't compare New York pizza to Italy, but like in the US, there's no doubt our pizza is the best, or like Canada or whatever. Give me a break. I do not like pineapple on pizza. If someone in this group likes pineapple on pizza, I will let you leave right now before you will get highly offended. But I will continue what I'm going to say. But pineapple does not belong on pizza. All right. And if you have an issue with that, reach out to me and we can have a debate. We can make it public, private, whatever. But pineapple and pizza just I draw a line at that. I never understood it, when I eat, I'm sweet and sour, but pineapple on pizza, I'm like, give you a break. So make sure when we deal with each other, there's no pineapple on pizza because it's a showstopper right there.
I love that it looks like you're looking down at notes.
I gotta ask because
it does. That's great.
Alan, can I just cut in for half a second?
I thought we were saving questions till the end.
Yeah.
No, I gotta know. Manny, I don't know you. Are you from Brooklyn?
I am.
Ah, Far Rockaway, suburb. Talk to
Oh,
you
there you
later.
go. There you go. Talk to you later. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So yeah. So I like pizza. Except pineapple pizza. I like the Yankees. I'm a huge Yankees fan. Alan knows that.
Yeah, boy.
Although I was at Game 7 of the 1986 World Series. Don't ask me how I wound up there, but I was there. I was watching Game 6 and Bill Buckner with the the Mookie Wilson base hit under his legs at first base, and I thought I was never going to make it at Game 7. I wound up at Game 7 in '86, which was tremendous. Huge Yankees fan. Not happy about what's going on right now with the greedy major leaguers, but nonetheless, I'm a huge sports fan. I like a lot of contact sports, MMA, boxing. My dad turned me on to boxing when I was a kid. I boxed in a gym, amateur stuff like that. I didn't like getting hit in the face or the head. So you can't be much of a boxer if you have a problem getting hit in the head, right, or in the face. You're not going to be, a good boxer at that. If when someone hits you, if you kind of stop and get pissed off at them, it's over. You're supposed to throw a punch when someone hits you in the face. So my dad turned me on to Ali when I was a kid. I've gone to the Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, which is not too far from Syracuse. And I'm hopefully going up this year. It was closed because of COVID. And it's there because Carmen Basilio is from there. And it was awesome. I met Leon Spinks and Marvin Hagler. And, to me, the glory days of boxing, Sugar Ray Leonard, 70s and 80s. I love it, although I'm a big Tyson fan and all that. So big boxing fan. I watch a lot of MMA stuff with my son. I have 2 children. My son is 21. He's graduated from Rutgers. My daughter is 22. She graduated from Rutgers last year. So, my kids are awesome. They mean everything to me. And, I try to spend as much time with them as I can and kind of have a lot of things in common with them, especially as I get older. In terms of being more supportive of them. My father is from Italy. My father's from Formia, although he'll lie to you and tell you that he's from Rome, but he's not. He's from Formia, and it's from a poor fishing town. And my mother's from Brooklyn, but my grandparents on my mother's side are from Calabria. We're from Calabria, and I grew up in Brooklyn and had a great time growing up in Brooklyn. I kind of did everything that you would imagine. I'm 52. I'll be 53 in April 1st. Yes, I'm born on April Fool's Day, which is a plus and a minus. Some people harass me, but at least they remember my birthday. So I got to take it as it comes, right? The good and the bad. But I had a great time growing up. We played wiffle ball a lot. We played stickball a lot. We played Skelly. I'm not sure if you guys know what Skelly is, but it's this game you play in the street where you get chalk and you make these boxes and you have literally a bottle cap that's metal. And we would melt crayon in it to weigh it down, and then you would have to hit the little caps in the boxes. And if someone else you were playing against was in the box, you would just try to blast them out, kick it, and do all this horrible stuff. So you can imagine my parents were divorced. My mother raised me. Here I am, some 8-year-old kid with a lighter or matches, burning crayons into this bottle cap. So it didn't go well with her. But, I did all the street games. I played all the street games when I was a kid. This guy in my neighborhood, his name is Jackie Ryan. He's a street ball legend. So I used to watch him play a lot. He actually plays in the cage on West 4th Street. I think there's a Netflix special on him and a Netflix series on him. And he was just like a superstar in the neighborhood. But he couldn't make it. So, again, it's just kind of like underachiever kind of story. I'm a big fan of the people, the long shots who were never given a chance, in life in their career. Rocky is one of my favorite movies for many reasons. One, because of, the whole story of of the achievement of Rocky. Also try to support Italian, anything. So any kind of, athlete or politician or figure, who actor who, who's good. I'm crazy, excited about in terms of, wow, that's fantastic. I had the benefit of being sworn into the U.S. Supreme Court a couple of years ago, which was sweet. It was great. I went down with my family and we had a great day, and it was really exciting. And I felt like, wow, I kind of came a long ways from, my grandfather. He worked in a factory in Dumbo, shoveling soap, making industrial soap for mechanics. And he actually worked in the soap building in Dumbo, which is now like a really nice apartment building. And he was born in 1899. He didn't really speak English. He could read. My grandmother couldn't read. She didn't speak English at all. And then my grandfather moved to work for Colgate. Colgate Palmolive acquired the company that my grandfather worked for, and then he moved to Jersey City. So I was raised pretty much by my grandparents. When my parents split up, I was 10 years old. So it told me all these really cool stories about Italy and what life was like in Calabria on the farm. And I did speak Italian. That's one of my big regrets right now, is like my Italian sucks. I took Spanish in school, and my Spanish probably sucks more than my Italian, I guess, because I don't practice. But at the end of the day, the things that matter to me and I feel should matter to the world. Like if I selfishly had the ability to kind of project onto the world kind of how I feel about things, clearly you have to love and embrace your family, right? You have to be supportive of your family. You've got to take care of yourself, and you also have to kind of remember where you came from. And I know, like, people kind of use and abuse that a lot, but it's legit. I have a lot of friends that I grew up with in Brooklyn that I'm on Facebook with. I have a 35th high school reunion. I went to Regis High School on the Upper East Side, a Jesuit high school, in a couple of weeks. And whenever I think I'm killing it or I'm crushing it, it takes one of these guys or gals, literally 3 seconds to just kick me in the knees and just like literally bring me down to, my dose of reality, which is awesome. So, I literally have friends through social media, probably that I've known for, like 47 years, which is kind of awesome. And we try to keep in touch and meet up periodically. But at the end of the day, I really enjoy kind of the ability to kind of meet with people. I try to go out as much as possible and eat pizza or pasta. I also like Thai food, Indian food. I'm a big foodie, which is one of the things I love about New York. So, look, at the end of the day, I really look forward to, working with a lot of you, meeting you all. Hopefully we can meet in person. And my bio is, if you look me up, Manny Alicandro. If you Google me, I used to do a lot of media stuff too on Newsmax. So there's a bunch of videos of me kind of popping off, being a bit of a smartass. There's a ton of videos of me, kind of my point of view, a couple of articles about me. But my bio is on my LinkedIn, and I have a website which just kind of describes the my law practice. But at the end of the day, I'm just some kid from Brooklyn, child of immigrants, and every day is hand-to-hand combat, and that's the way I view it, and I want to keep it that way. So thank you.